It's the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast.
Right. Hello. What number are we at?
You always ask this. Okay. Professionalism.
We're near the big one.
This is episode. No, good. 199. Go on.
Right. Is this 199 then?
199.
Right. Hello and welcome to the Solo One Sci-Fi Podcast. This is episode 199, and we're nearly at the 200.
Yeah.
200 episodes of this.
5 years as well in the about 3 or 4 weeks. It's 5 years. Yeah.
200 episodes. So I'm by the gods of science fiction, aka Martin. Over in this corner over there is my co-host, Michael Ball, who's the demigod of science fiction, runs an amazing channel called Co-Club. Is it 42?
What?
Your channel, Co-Club 42, isn't it?
No, it's Co-Club.
It's Co-Club, right, okay, right.
Where's the 42 come from?
I don't know, I saw something over it. I think somebody might be called Co-Club 42, actually.
What?
I think that's where that came into my head.
Right, I'm checking out their channel. Who are they then?
Well, we'll sign a petition and get it removed.
Yeah.
And down below me is another demigod of science fiction. Is Malcolm. And how are you, my friend?
I'm all good. How's it going with everybody else?
So, are you saying, Martin, that Malcolm's beneath you? Is that some sort of criticism, or are you just?
No, I'm just going by what I'm seeing on the screen.
What is Malcolm's? Did you do that Photoshop yourself, Malcolm?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, I like it. Okay, yeah. So let's have a look what you got. So obviously, Cylon Raider. Yeah, that's good. So
is that elephant turd?
I think it's Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus.
It's the dung. It's that's one big pile of shit, isn't it? See, with Jeff Goldblum. Oh, I wish you'd have got me to. Do you know what? If I remember, I'll try and do a quick Photoshop, and then I'll. If this is playing back, you might see it to your left of you now with what I've done as well. But I like it, Malcolm. I like it. It's good. It's very good.
So, my fellow demigods of science fiction, we're going to be talking about, well, it's a love-hate relationship. We've dedicated the whole podcast to this series. I didn't want to do it, but I did watch a couple of episodes. Space Scouts, I had to sit through that.
Well, Space Scouts is literally...
Space Scouts.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And we will be talking about Battlestar Galactica 1980, which to me does not...
And I also want to go through some of the episode names are really weird as well. Space Croppers. I don't remember that one.
No, stop it, please.
Space Ball.
That's the one with the scouts are bouncing high and...
No.
I mean, the only episode... Well, when we get to it, there's only about 5 episodes I ever watched. There's about 4 or 5 I never watched, and I can't remember. But before we go into that, any news, anything you want to just quickly say? I mean, this is going to be going out a week later because we're a bit out of sync, but... the only thing I've heard is there's still a lot of backlash with Star Wars generally. Everyone's complaining about it because of the Acolyte. We talk about this every week, don't we? But it's really becoming toxic.
The new Salem's Lot came out last week. That's been hammered. Oh,
you saw that new Joker film, didn't you? And that looked... Yeah, so you did say to me, it looked like shit,
I've seen the first one. I found
I didn't mind the first one.
I just didn't really like the first one, to be fair. It's not I didn't like it. I just didn't give it all out.
And I shot second one Sunday, and it started off all fucking depressing, and then it's sort of like in the middle, it had that golden moment. It went up a notch, and then you thought it's going to go to the next notch, and then you're going to walk out after this film. I think that was marvelous, and then it dropped down 5 notches, and it just stunk. It was that bad. Honestly, it was bad.
Well, I mean, can you say why without giving too many spoilers in case people are watching and
I will tell you the ending.
Well, Malcolm, what do you reckon? Do you want to hear it or?
I don't care.
I don't care either. Go on.
Malcolm, you are a true brother.
Yeah, go on. Go on. What is it?
Well, he fucking dies at end.
He dies.
He does.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, at least we know there won't be a
it does, because like the basic story is, right, Lady Gaga, right, who's you know.
Yeah.
She's a very good actor. I was surprised. She plays Harley Quinn, but she's the spoiled rich kid that books
She
herself.
wasn't in the first one, right? Somebody else played it in the first
No,
one. Right?
no, she's meant to be Harley Quinn. She's
I don't know all
obsessed
these.
with
I don't know all these characters
No,
anyway.
but she's the bored rich kid.
All right.
And she meets him. He's in prison from last film.
Oh,
and like she's they end up in this like place together when he's singing and she fucking tells him that, you know, you are the Joker because he's inspired people. And he becomes the Joker in court because he's going to get the death penalty. And he puts all makeup on. And then something happens. He realizes that I should be accepted for who I am, Arthur Fleck. So anyway, they sentence him to be gassed. And he goes back to prison. She dumps him because he's not being Joker. And fucking this guy stabs him in prison, starts laughing. And just finished the end. We're fucking dying on floor.
So is the guy laughing going to be like the real? Isn't this a prequel?
I don't know.
And do you know what I mean? You know, Martin. I mean, I know you like the DC. I've never been a fan of Batman very much. I didn't mind the Tim Burton film. I couldn't stand that awful cheesy Batman series from the '60s. I've never been a Batman fan, so you know a lot more about all this. But
no,
I thought
it was just that the last film took $1 billion, right?
$1 billion?
$20 million budget. It took $1 billion, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it did as well as that.
Only cost about 20 million to make. This cost 150, 120 million. And by the end of the film, they killed him off. I mean, he just finished his credit. He's out floor, and this guy's laughing in background, and he's dead. And it was like, well, what was the fucking point of making this film? What was the point?
It was to make money because of the success of the first one. I mean, it's
well, they just killed it, and that's it. But there is Easter eggs. There's the Wayne building. You see Bruce Wayne's office.
I remember wasn't Bruce a kid in the first one or something? One scene or something.
Yeah, no, I don't. This is in another universe.
Oh, what? Oh, come on! You're not telling me it's the sequel.
No,
it's
another universe.
I'm not in this, mate.
There's a Batman in this universe.
DC did the multiverse thing long before Marvel.
Oh God, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
Did they?
Speaking of which, for my sins, I watched Wolverine and Deadpool. Which,
Marty wants to see that. I've not seen it yet.
That's a really good film. No spoilers.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, and Martin.
Will it appear on my screen?
Well, let's just see if I could do my Paul Daniels on you after the episode. All right.
This part of the program is called Extrasensory Deception.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get
But actually, before we go, that is a very good film, is Wolverine and Deadpool.
Never seen it.
You will enjoy it.
Never see anything with the guy with the weird blade sort of like manimal hands or whatever it is. So
you mean Wolverine?
Yeah,
Wolverine. Yeah. I mean, what you see in this, Hugh Jackman's 55 years old now, and at the end of the film, you see him without his shirt on, and Jesus, if that guy hit the gym. I mean, I wish I'd look like that when I get to 55.
Maybe it's CGI. It might be CGI though. It might be a body double or something. Go on.
So that's it. It must report Salem's Lot come out. I'm going to give that a bloody miss. Apparently terrible.
As a big Walking Dead fan, they've just started the new Daryl Dixon season 2 with Carol, and I've got to check that out. Some big Walking Dead fans.
Is that any good?
I don't understand how there's anyone left alive on the planet in that universe. I mean, everybody who dies becomes a zombie. The zombies are all relentless in what they do. The people who are humans are killing each other. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Anyone is still alive.
But do you know what? I know you're right. I just love it. I've been a fan of it for years, and I know exactly what you're saying, Malcolm. But I just keep tuning.
You ever tried reading the comics?
No, I've never tried the comics.
No, I've not read them.
They're not bad. I've read them up to a certain point, and they are quite good.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
it's the comics canon to the television series.
Well, the comic came first, so quite a lot of what you see in the comic is in the. What you see on the TV is in the comic, and then obviously they diverge. As far as I'd seen it up to, anyway, I assume by about the 3rd season they went off on their own thing.
Well, I'm trying to watch it in canon, so I'm sort of like swapping between. Just finished season 5 of The Walking Dead and season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead, and then apparently you just chop and change each season after that, and then it because obviously it is in the same era, and you get crossovers later on with characters from The Walking Dead appear with Fear and War. A bit like Star Trek had that with DS9 and
and then you get Then you got Beyond Daryl
Johns,
Dixon,
Daryl
Left
Dixon.
Behind, and there's one more, isn't there?
Yeah, there's loads.
Isn't there a Negan series? Isn't there a Negan series?
Yeah, there's
Into
one
the
New
Radio.
York, New York one. That's the one where they go
And
to.
I've not watched it, but I don't get how he is traveling with the woman whose boyfriend he caved his head in. I don't get how the two of them are still getting on.
And
why she hasn't put a bullet in him at the first opportunity?
yeah, because
It's just nonsense to
he
me.
killed his her husband. What's his name?
Yeah.
Glenn. Yeah, it's a bit weird,
Yeah.
but he's mellowed out, which I think didn't help his character.
Irrelevant. You bludgeon my wife's head in the first chance I get, I'm going to set you on fire. I'm not
Yeah,
traveling the fucking world and fighting zombies by your side. You're dust, mate.
It's the Walking Dead City.
I saw the trailers that's coming out this year in the cinema. I wasn't impressed with the trailers.
What's coming up? Anything you recommend?
Well, there's the Rocket saves Santa. Dwayne Johnson saves Santa Claus in summer.
Oh, no, I don't fancy that.
Wicked, the movie, fucking giving that a miss. It's set in the land of Oz, you know.
I saw that trailer. Yeah, I saw. It was a prequel to Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I saw that.
A movie, no. The stage show I'd probably go and see, but a movie, no, not really interested.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that's coming up.
There were a lot of emphasis on that film at cinema. There were like extra bits to it, really. And then there were 2 Marvel movies.
When was the last Marvel movie? It's been a while since a Marvel movie.
Wolverine, Deadpool. That was last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the Captain America new, what is it? And there were another Marvel one. Venom. I never really got into
Venom 3.
Yeah, Venom 3. Yeah.
Oh no, I saw the first Venom.
I didn't mind.
That's Sony though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Venom,
not.
Sony.
Who are they? It's Sony.
That's with Tom Hardy, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
although there was
a
Easter egg post-credit scene at the end of either the last Venom movie or the last Spider-Man movie that did have him in, I think.
Okay.
It does show him coming into our universe, so maybe that is going to be an MCU film joined together.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, there's not much. I mean, obviously, there's nothing much coming on. So
anything television-wise coming about?
Still the Skeleton Crew in 2 months' time.
Is that
Star Wars Goonies, as I'm already calling it. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's so toxic of the Star Wars universe now. What's I hearing? I had something else that they might be doing. What was it? No, I mean, apparently Luke Skywalker might be in the Mandalorian Grogu movie, the deep fake that he appeared, but then they're definitely not going to do it. Also, Ewan McGregor still talking about wanting to do season 2 of Obi-Wan, which of course, had very mixed reviews. So,
There was talk years ago of they should use Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker because he looks incredibly like him.
Yeah, that was really strongly. That was strongly.
And I think even Mark Hamill tweeted, "I'm on board with that."
Yeah,
but
he's got
to save money.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought the deep fake when he appeared in the Mandalorian episode where we're training Grogu, I thought that it was pretty good. I thought the deep fake it wasn't bad.
No, they did well there.
Yeah, it's funny because the first time we see him,
it's come along. It's even come along from the Peter Cushing Princess Leia one in Rogue One, which was ropey. It was ropey.
They've redone it. YouTubers have redone it, and it looks better than the actual original movie. So it's amazing. All right, guys. Well, look, at that point, I think let's go into. Are you ready for the focus of the week? This is going to be an interesting one. Are you ready? All right, here we go. All right.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi Focus
of the week.
Right, so this week we are focusing on a series which was actually it was a sequel to another series, but it was kind of like tagged on in many ways to the series which concluded, I think, the year before. And that, of course, was Battlestar Galactica 1980, which was a very strange series because it had none of the money of the original series, and it was an odd, strange show because I don't know exactly how it happened, because I think that Battlestar Galactica got cancelled after season 1, and then for some reason they had a window to tag something into a slots, and they got back Lorne Green, and they got back a couple of the smaller characters in a sort of series which was set about, what was it, 15 years after the original series? Because the Boxy was about 20, wasn't it, or something? Yeah. So, and so Martin's not a big fan, but okay. Initial thoughts, Martin. What was it when you first saw this? Obviously, you saw the original.
Why do I have to go? I think you should go first.
All right, Malcolm, you go first. Go on, Malcolm. I'll put you on the spot. Go on.
It is crap. It is rubbish, to be fair. But it potentially could have been so good if they'd have cut out all the stupid juvenile nonsense, super scouts and flying bikes and all the bollocks. But the reason people liked Battlestar Galactica was space battles. It was Vipers chasing Cylon.
Yeah.
Laser
Like the
guns.
Star Wars vibe, isn't it?
You get rid of not only the cast, they got rid of all that as well.
Yeah,
I mean, there weren't even that many stories. The 3-part pilot is basically them looking for the professor and Xavier time travel.
One Xavier back to
Then you get the 2 episodes of them trying to bring the children down, the Super Scouts. Then there was 1 episode of Xavier trying to kidnap those kids. Then the 2 Night the Cylon Came to Earth episodes.
I like
then
those two.
Then your croppers of the stupid bouncing.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
And then there was the Starbuck episode, and that
which was really good.
And oddly enough, they did make a movie of it. There were 3 movies. One was obviously Battlestar Galactica, with the pilot episodes edited to a movie.
Yes.
Then there was Mission Galactica: The Cylon Attack, which was the Pegasus episodes and the explosion in space episode. This one, 5 episodes they put together for this film. It was the 3 pilots without all the Xavier time travel nonsense, and the 2 Night the Cylon landed. And
I saw that.
Really daft, because in the pilot and in the later series, 2 different people played Dr. Z, so they overdubbed it. So they were brothers now. There was Dr. Z and Dr. Z. The Z appears at the beginning, and Z appears at the end.
I didn't know about
which
that.
Which is really stupid.
I didn't know. I had no idea about that.
So there were 2 Milky Bar kids then.
Yeah, there was.
Basically, yeah. One of them is his name's James Patrick Stewart, but at the time his name was Patrick Stewart. He changed it to James Patrick Stewart when the Picard became super famous, so he changed his name to avoid equity rulings and stuff.
Wow.
And all that. But it wasn't. There was too much stupidity in it. I think the film, they even added in love story, like the reporter woman and the Dylan people keep saying, "Oh, I love you too," which I don't think was in the series at all. It's been a long time since I've seen the series proper.
I think it was actually. I actually think it was aimed for a younger audience as well in some ways, because those kids, it was to appeal to the little kiddies at home with playing toy sort of spaceships and stuff, and they were so annoying, weren't they? I mean, they were really kind of like, and what was the point of having these? What were the kids there for? What was the point of having the kids with them?
Oh, they had to get them off the Galactica and assimilate them into Earth nonsense for some reason. Like I say, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm not 100% sure.
Right? Can I give you a scenario or something?
If you must.
Right, the Cylons are coming to attack the Galactica, right? Right. Of course, they use stock footage all the time, right?
Of course,
because we know when they're going to blow up. We all know
every
that.
shot was the same one. Every shot. Yeah.
So there's a janitor called
Dr. Brenda
Steven or something, right? And he turns his microwave on to make a cup of tea. And the Cylons are getting closer to the Galactica.
Yeah.
And then they stop working. A microwave oven destroyed one of the
did in the night. Yes, in the night that Cylons landed, it fried. No, it didn't fry. It didn't fry him.
Cinema.
It made him disorientated. It made the Cylon disorientated. Okay, Martin's now
so excited to see it. The same where they borrowed footage from Earthquake when the Cylons attack LA. That's it. All that's Earthquake footage from 70s, right? Right. Yeah. And then in the night of the Cylons, a microwave oven destroys the Cylon, basically. It's over.
That microwave scene though isn't in the film. That's edited out. You wouldn't have seen that at the cinema. That's in the 2-part episode.
it's in the TV, the pilot.
Yeah.
The two episodes.
I've not seen
which is a later on episode.
Yeah, I've not seen the edit. I mean, the two-parter, the micro, because they're having a party on Halloween, and for some reason,
Wolfman Jack's house.
Wolfman Jack's, and so this Silent and the androids look more like human or something, and that's why. And they're trying to get a transmitter, and they want to get a radio transmitter, and for some reason they end up in Wolfman Jack's party, and the microwave makes Centauri, I think he was called, go a bit sort of like weird.
Yeah, call him Centauri, and the silence called Andromus or something.
Andromus,
something like that. The film also added in scenes of John Kalikos and Lucifer, which aren't in the TV series, but they added them into the film just to keep the base style bit going, which doesn't really appear in the series.
Oh, so what
today? You know, when there's another IL series in the one who's only on the screen because he's on the planet with the kids. They even use scenes of that overdubbed to make it look like they're talking to a different one of them IL series people.
So
they put a lot of effort into polishing a poo. Really,
I wouldn't mind seeing this edit. Actually, what was it? Do you know what it's called then?
It's very
called
hard.
Conquest of the Earth.
Yeah, it's very hard to get hold of.
Battlestar Galactica, Conquest of the Earth.
It's the Grail.
Just put in Conquest of the Earth. I think it just comes up as that.
Okay.
Yeah, the actual cinema version of it, if it's out there, it's very hard to get hold of. It's like a Grail.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously Malcolm's seen it, so it must be out there somewhere.
I watched it today.
No, but it's like the same version.
Okay,
but the cinema version
today, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think Malcolm and I were thinking that we could probably find it if we knew where to look. So okay, Malcolm, I might ask you for some info on that.
I mean, the other stupid thing when World Trade Center and they're jumping up the elevator shaft, which is the noise effect.
Remember the sound?
Both dressed in
white sort of jackets and tailor, sort of like top hat and tail.
Because they end up on the stage play, dancing on stage, and that was just ridiculous.
And with a stuffed Wolfman, with a stuffed like Disney characters or something. Really
Scooby-Doo Hong Kong.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you're right. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then the jumping up like woo, like that.
No. You mean boop. That's what it went. That's it.
Yeah.
I still
thankfully that's edited out of the movie. That bit's not in the movie. They're just at the bottom and then they're at the top. There is none.
They don't explain it. They just got at the top.
Yeah. Okay. No, they just delete all that.
It's just all of it. I mean, they had that silly colonel whose job was to find UFOs. They made him out to be a complete idiot in the series. He'd turn up after they'd finished something to investigate. Something weird's been happening. And
kind of a cut price version of Colonel Lynch from the A-Team.
Yeah. Well, and the most annoying thing, which I found insulting, that Commander Adama, who played this incredible leader character in the original series, which he did sacrifice so much, and he kept his people. In that, there's Milky Bar fucking kid sat there, and he's like this, like daft, going, what do we do? This was the guy that saved him this far, and then suddenly he's like, oh, great Milky Bar kid, what do we do? And he sat in that room like a kid who like's got problems with all tellies round and going, oh, I will think of a solution, come back later.
One thing that really bugged me was they've studied Earth. They said, oh, there'll be gaps in your knowledge. Gaps in your knowledge, like you don't know how to use a fucking telephone. That's not something you picked up on it, or you didn't know what the word television was. All these little stupid. But the worst bit, they drag those stupid bikes out, and then he goes, well, let's hope these look like the Earth vehicles we saw on the view screen.
Or no information screen.
They either fucking do look like them or they don't, you fucking moron. I mean,
but how do they know? How come also they knew everything about everything? They had this device where and they just go, and then they'll tell you everything.
On the arm,
yeah, and like they knew everything. So it was pretty shit, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that tells them it's a telephone and what it's for, but doesn't tell them how to use it.
There is certain things in its defence. There is certain things in it.
Oh, is there? Well, what is it, Martin? Because we don't know.
Oh, come on. You know what they are.
Well, I didn't like Adama's had a very dodgy looking beard. It looked very fake.
Yeah, that's it.
that
There's
was
two things you
terrible.
need to know with a beard. You're either an
That
evil
was
twin or you're a lot
terrible.
older.
That were. No, the defining moment for me,
Yeah.
Viper bikes. I cannot deny that they were cool.
If you say so.
Come on. Did you not like the flying bikes?
No,
cheese as hell. And when they go that bike, they go on the road, right? And they go, there's these bikers, and there's one guy. He says it 4 times. Says, "That's what I mean, man. I don't know." I keep asking him, "What are these bikes?" And the same guy keeps saying, "That's what I mean, man. I don't know." Again and again. Who gives a shit? Just oh god.
Yep. But the other thing.
Go on.
The other thing is whatever happened to Starbuck in the final episode.
Yeah, but that should have been tagged onto the original series. They should have just
ditched the whole lot. Take Starbuck out of that episode and just make it a random colonial warrior. The episode's shit. It's not very good. It's only because, oh, look, finally, Starbuck. We all remember
Benedict
him.
was so
That's
good.
the only reason people like the episode. Take him out. It's rubbish.
But he works really well in it. You got to admit. I mean, he really.
And also, at the end of the episode, the woman leaves with the kid for no reason. I remember whatever I was when I watched that, 79, so I would have been, 6 years old. And I remember sitting there just saying, what a bitch. He just zoomed and off she goes while he's getting, what the fuck? What's my right?
And he's left on Leon. He's left on his own on the island, on the planet. Nothing.
I mean, it's like he's born into Cylon going, well, there's no women here. And
he goes, Starbuck. Look,
woman.
Yeah, and he goes, Starbuck, I have bought something special for you. And this is this attractive woman with this
woman.
Yeah, it's like you can now shag Starbuck.
Attractive, and it's like, and she's pregnant, and it's like, well, where did you find her? I'd be like, where did you find her? I brought her for you.
I have brought something for you, Starbuck.
And interestingly enough, so in the pilot, I don't know if this is edited into the film to justify there being 2 of them, but I think in the pilot, Dr. Z says that a super intelligent being comes around like one in every 10 million in a generation, implying that the kid is just born really smart. But by the end of it, Starbuck, no, he's not. He's like some weird space alien hybrid.
But we don't know anything about his background.
He comes from the.
All we know is that basically Starbuck wanted to shag his mum.
Yeah. But
you're assuming he comes from those white light beings. Yeah, that's where. It never says for definite whether he does or doesn't. But he never says that in the series.
That's where Milky Bar Kid comes from.
Yeah, I know, but it's very vague.
And the Vipers now. They're all 2-seaters now.
Yeah, they are.
Weird. I understand in the original, I understand that Apollo took Adama down in his, so they must all be 2-seaters. But now it's got the extended glass roof.
Yeah, but the footage is always the old Vipers. So you see 1 or 2 scenes with the extra window at the back for the other, and then it suddenly switches to the old footage with the one window, and it's just it's a bit annoying.
It's shit. I mean, the overall conclusion, it's just.
But was it cancelled mid-season? I mean, it didn't finish.
Yeah. Well, there was 3 scripts written, and they're online. I read one at Scripts. Then weird people come back. Them all in white.
Oh yeah.
And Starbuck. Apparently, Starbuck becomes one of them, but Apollo's already one of them people.
Okay.
That's in the later scripts, but it never got made. And originally. They were going to go with old time travel thing where they chase that Xavier dude through time and undoing history. Originally, that's what it was going to be about. It went, look, there were 250,000 fans brought in to try and save that.
Really?
And they were under Universal were under a load of pressure. And whoever signed that off as a cheap knockoff, it was just. Because I remember when I found out about I got really excited.
If it was really a budget issue to carry on making it, if it was, then they should have just gone with a cartoon. They did that with so many other series.
Star Trek.
They just go for the cartoon. That's what they should have done. Planet of the Apes, that became a cartoon.
Yeah. But I mean, all the fan base for that show were massive. It were global. And this is what we came out with. This, that. And we got one semi-decent episode in it and a fucking Milky Bar kid. And we find out we can kill Cylons through a microwave oven. That set a microwave oven.
Do you remember at the end of the episode where he's actually in the bin? The bin men have arrived. Although for some reason these shows, they always come about like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he goes, "I will protect you," and he's like,
so again, earlier in the episode, they're so worried about the ship being found. And technology that they're happy it's blown up, but yet they let this Cylon go off to a town dump where there's no way no one's going to find that. I mean, it's talking.
Well, it'd be
it's loud,
talking. Imagine like,
yeah.
Also you can hear it talking underneath the rubbish. You can imagine like a pile of "I will protect you." Oh.
Well, that's
exactly. You find that one in the humanoid and do some Terminator style, backwards engineering.
Yeah, they could make a sequel. Yeah, exactly. The aftermath of the Cylon head. Battlestar Galactica 2025. All right, guys, let's review it. Out of 10, then. I'll review. I'll say what it is out of 10. Then I'm going to give it 5.5.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Malcolm, yours is going to be about 2, isn't it? I know what you're going to say.
3.
Okay.
I'm going to go 3.
I can't understand how. I respect what you said, but I can't understand why you give it 5.5.
You just did.
I really can't.
I liked the Starbuck episode. I thought some of the space shots were. I like the. I like the redesigned Cylon Raider. I like the scene with the first episode where the Cylons. There's this sort of. It's not a real attack on LA, but it's a sort of like simulated thing, and I thought that was quite impressive.
It shows you the potential.
Yeah, I like that.
It's clips from an earthquake.
All right,
film.
It was. I know it was mixed in with earthquake. I know he's going to say that.
I'm going to give it a 3.5 just because of that. That's it. I can't go anywhere.
All right, I'm going to give it, and I'm going to stick to 5.5 because I did.
What about your collection? Would you have it in your collection?
I've got it.
Got it.
the completest in me would, but I wouldn't pay more than a £5 for it. I wouldn't pay more than £5. If I find a copy for £5, I'll get it.
I've got the Blu-ray set. I've got the Blu-ray set.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's someone who's devoted to the science fiction franchise. If he's only rating it 4, and he still gets the Blu-ray set. Martin.
Well, it came with the big set, didn't it?
Yeah, but then you could have.
I've been looking for that set. I want the American version because it has a ton of extras on, and apparently and apparently it also has the original fit screen and then a widescreen version. And I think for the original Blu-ray they cut it down, and this has both versions on. It comes in a red
I'd like to get the
box,
widescreen version.
but it's bloody expensive.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's about £189 last I looked on Amazon.
Well, I don't.
I'm not going to spend that.
And also, I think you have to have a multi-region Blu-ray player.
All right, guys. Well, listen. Like I said, I'm not going to get that, but I mean, I'm glad we actually checked it out. I mean, like I said, it's not very good. I still think there's 1 or 2 moments of it I quite enjoy, but it's pretty pants. All right, that's about it for this week. We are back soon when we are all free for the big 200th. And I think that we're talking about getting a few people on. And I wanted to discuss what's happened in the world of science fiction over the last 5 years, as we've been on for 200 episodes plus 5 years. And just like what's happened in Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, what new shows have come, and what's been the highlights. And I think that might be something which might be quite interesting to actually discuss from our own perspectives. So we'll be on soon. We need to work out when. And until then, thank you guys. And we'll see you next time for the big 200th. On the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. Live long and prosper.
They guide the way on the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast, where sci-fi holds